Sadly, this is going to be my last video of this series of videos, the Euro-26, and in this video today I did a walking tour of Athens, and I kind of walked around the city on my own a little bit. But on the walking tour, we started the tour at the Academy of Athens. We would witness the changing of the guards in Syntagma Square. We walked through the National Gardens and saw some of the animals there and all the plants and beauty there. And then after that, we stopped at the Pantheon Stadium. So we got to learn about the history of the first modern Olympic Games held there and some of the stuff from ancient times as well. And then after that, we stopped by the Temple of Zeus, which was massive and completed under Roman Emperor Hadrian. You'll learn a little bit more about that. We also stopped at the first Olympic Village, and then we got to walk through one of the oldest inhabited neighborhoods called the Plaka neighborhood. They said people have been living there for like 3,000 years or longer. And then we went to the Agora, which is the old, basically Roman outdoor mall, which was cool. And then finally, after the tour ended, got a bite to eat, and then I went up on my own to the Parthenon. So I climbed the Acropolis and I got to visit the Parthenon that you're looking at now. And it was a really beautiful time, but it was really hot. I could only get a slot for the afternoon and I had to kind of dash back down. So I wish I could have spent more time there. And we also got a sunset view, which you're kind of seeing the afterglow of it. Yeah, I'm really sad. This is it though, you watching my videos. I'm going to make some more travel videos back home in New Mexico and the United States, and maybe regional North America videos in Mexico and Canada. But please share, subscribe. I will continue to do my best to put out some content once I get back to the United States. Take care. Alright, starting out with a quick breakfast, and I'm going to rush to my walking tour here in Athens. Alright, so today I have a walking tour. I missed the first one, so I rescheduled for a couple hours later. But there's some beautiful views of Athens today, so let's take a ride. So this is what we're looking at here. This is a busy street, but above the street you can see the Parthenon up there. The ruins. It's overlooking us there. So later on this afternoon I actually have tickets to go check it out. So it's gonna be blazing hot, but I'll make a mad dash up there and come back. Alright, so we got ourselves one of these little donuts here. Let's give it a go. Looks like this. Actually it's massive. Kind of curious about the texture. Here's like a donut.
It's nice and hot.
Yeah.
Fresh.
It's good. Alright, so we're in front of the Panagia Nikarea. I apologize for brutalizing the Greek language, and yeah, if you don't like to hear me butcher Greek, then you might want to turn this video off. But we're gonna go inside and take a quick look, but it's a really nice entrance here.
Byzantine era.
Yeah, Byzantine era church here. Yeah, look at that. Watch my step. Really amazing. cool. We're like in a little side shop, and there's like some like religious investment type stuff. It's kind of interesting. See, I think my mom would like this. Okay, so we're meeting up our walking tour here. Let's give it a minute. This place is really pretty. All right, so this building behind me is the Academy of Athens Research Institute. It's this building and that one next to it. So just waiting for my tour to start here in like 10 minutes. So it's a really pretty place. It's just blazing hot today because it's July in Athens. Probably not the best time to visit, but you know, with the climate these days, it probably feels just about as bad in Paris or any other like major tourist destination in Europe at this time right now. All right, so that building over there is the university library. And this building behind us is where they have like ceremonies and things like that for the university. And you can see a picture of King Otto. He like founded or established the university. All the women represent the different studies that occur here in the university. And this building is like the research part of the university. Ooh, watch my step a bit. But yeah, he was explaining to the columns. So there's Ionic columns. The other building has the Doric, which are like the most basic ones. And the Corinthians are the most like ornate columns, and they're basically for wealthier people to show off that they have wealth. It's splashier style. So those are three primary styles of Greek columns. And there's the Greek flag there. It's got a blue cross to represent Christianity. At least that's what the guide said. And the blue is supposed to represent the sky. And the white represents the splash from like the waves. But I'm sure there's other explanations for the meaning of the flag. That's just kind of what the guide told us. All right, now we're in front of the university. You can see the Greek flag proudly waving in the air. Look how the statues. So whenever the modern state of Greece gained its independence from the Ottoman Empire, and Otto from Bavaria was installed as his first king, head of state.
It's a private club for the wisest people of every country. So if you want to be a member of an academy, you have to be, let's say, a famous scientist, painter, writer, musician, an important person.
So the university here holds all the stories of ancient Greek. To the right, or to the left, we have Socrates. Oh, to the right is Socrates, to the left is Plato. So I was getting that confused. And right there is a pantheon of all the Greek gods. So it's really, really cool.
King Otto, as a Bavarian, he was Catholic, and he wanted his personal church. Okay, so it's King Otto Catholic Church.
Oh wow! So when King,
this is the Bank of Greece.
Okay.
And we have the Doric style columns, it's not Corinthian because there are no money.
so King Otto built himself a fancy Catholic church for himself, even though he ruled over an mainly Orthodox kingdom. Kind of interesting.
So, this is the numismatic museum of Athens. So it's full of coins from the ancient times till now. But before that, it was the house of a guy called Heinrich Schliemann. Heinrich Schliemann was not a Nazi. Was not a Nazi, okay? He was a very rich guy from the 19th century, and he wanted to be an archaeologist. So he spent his money to find things about Odyssey and Iliad.
o dia inteiro isso aí, melhor e melhor. Da Coreia tava um calor igual esse daqui, mano. O pessoal com uma roupa, aquelas roupas de 3 camadas. Pensa no calor.
So we're here at Syntagma Square, which is translate to Constitution Square in English. But here's the Parliament building. It used to be a former palace of King Otto. And you could see the guard, standing guard there, ceremonial guard. So if you want to explore the beaches of Athens, you could just take the tram there. Costs €20. And it'll take you to all the nicest beaches of the city with like really nice neighborhoods, so cheap way to get there. So we're in the former Royal Gardens, now the National Gardens, established by Queen Amalia, married to Otto I, because she didn't have a nice green patch of land to enjoy. But she invited all the foreign diplomats to bring seeds from various countries to plant here. So there's plants from all over the world here now. And this place is probably rich for, you know, doing archaeology, but they haven't messed with it since the 19th century. It's kind of untouched, so I'm sure there's a lot of treasures under here, but our guide said they don't want to start a process of excavation here because they'd have to basically tear apart the whole garden, which everybody in the city enjoys now. This is Queen Amalia's secret passage, and this is where she'd have her afternoon tea. She'd just sneak off from the palace, pop out here, have her little tea, and that's pretty sweet. That'd be kind of nice. It's like a nice spa, actually. I kind of want to build my backyard like this pond full of turtles. That's so cool. It looks unreal. They look like little statues. There's a baby one there too. Alright, we're still here in the National Gardens. This pond kind of looks like the reflecting pool in DC right now. It's a little, I don't know, it's a little bit nicer actually. The one in DC is super scummy. This is a little scummy.
That's why we have the fence.
Oh, cool. So we got some wild goats here.
These are wild goats from the island of Crete. The name of these goats are Crete. And they are great climbers, not fences, with rocks.
Yeah, so these goats are from the island of Crete and they're excellent climbers, so the fence has to be really high so they don't escape. But look at their horns, it's crazy. Yeah, so look how tall this fence is though. It's amazing. So this is the house of the Prime Minister. But it's primarily used as an office here, and he actually has another home above the city. And over here is the house of the President, which is a much larger and nicer house. But the Prime Minister holds most of the power in the country. They're the ones that actually are governing the country, whereas the President is just a representative of the country in foreign affairs. And yeah, it's supposed to basically symbolize the Greek people. So that blue stripe there, that little middle part of the road where the car just drove over, is the path of like the marathon, and that starts from ancient times. They hold the marathon, which starts in Marathon, Greece, and it ends here in Athens, but they do it every November 10th to honor the victory there against the Persians in ancient times. So if you've seen like the 500 movie, I guess, that kind of shows you what happened. They fought off 10,000 Greeks versus 100,000 Persians, and they managed to score a victory there. So over there you can see the Olympic Stadium. They held events in 2004 for the Olympics then. That's pretty cool.
we have a special event in here, and they change the ground. I'm not sure how it is this fall.
All right, so we're at the stadium. This is where the marathon ends. This is where the Olympic Games flame is brought from the original site to here. And they hold different events here. In 2004, they held archery here. I think they're setting up for pole vaulting now. But yeah, it holds 60,000 people now. In the past, held more, but people have grown both in height and width. So it only holds 60,000 modern, larger humans. So, but yeah, it was the original one's made out of wood. And during Roman times, one of the rulers here named Herod Atticus paid to make it into a marble structure. So he's trying to become a popular person, ruler, leader. And he still hated, even though he like forked cash over to build this thing. If you want the best view of the city, you can see that little tiny hill poking over the building there. It's called Lycabettos Hill. And it stays open until 2:30. There's like a nice place to get snacks and food. And yeah, you could it's got the best view, see the entire city. And the other high point there is the Parthenon. So you can see it over there, the Acropolis. And the Parthenon sits on top of the Acropolis. So those are the two like major high points that are visible here from the stadium. This is the first Olympic village, basically, the first Olympic village here. So before the Olympics, these brothers, the Zappa brothers, were wealthy business people, and they are the ones that kind of sparked the idea of the modern Olympic Games. And after they died, like the Olympic Committee was formed, and they actually used this residence as like a first Olympic village, and they actually hosted the sport of fencing here as well. But it's kind of closed off. You can just see this entrance bit to it. But here's a picture of one of the Zappa brothers. And the other one's over there. And that guy's head's the one that's in that box there. So I don't know why he wanted just his head, but his head's right there. But it's a cool building. Really beautiful location. All right, here's another view of the ruins here. You can see how like the columns toppled or broke into little chunks there. They kind of made them like Legos.
To enter, because here and there it was walls. Okay? So it's not a simple gate because it has many political statements. For example, half of the gate, the half down of the gate is Roman style. The half of the gate is Greek style. So the Emperor Hadrian actually wanted the Greeks to that time. That three Romans and two Greeks can live happily together. That's why he merged the styles, Greek and the Roman.
Yeah, so it took Emperor Hadrian and the Romans to complete the temple of Zeus here, and built a wall around this whole complex, and the entrance to the complex was through this gate here. So this is called Hadrian's Gate, and he's the same emperor that built the wall between Scotland and England. So Hadrian's Wall also exists up there in Scotland, or exists up in Scotland and between Scotland and England. I will be climbing this in just a bit. So we're one of the oldest neighborhoods called the Plaka. This is the commercial street of Plaka neighborhood, which is the oldest in the city. 3,500 years old at least. So pretty. Look at that. These flowers here. Yeah, this is like, food smells so good over here, but our tour guide told us it's overpriced. Look at him, he's mugging me. Beautiful street here, look at that.
We will pass from down there to see the place, and the Acropolis just behind the place. But here it's safe, so I will tell you two things here, and then we will walk there. So this is Roman Agora. What is an Agora? Agora is a market. So it's the Roman market. And as you can understand, it was the place to buy or to sell things.
So this was the first mosque that the Ottomans built when they occupied this area. And this actually was, the Agora became like a flea market during that time period. Yeah, so the mosque is now used as a cultural center in modern times. Look at all these nice paintings here. So pretty. Kay would love this stuff.
In this month and the previous month, I didn't see so many people here. I don't know why, maybe it's the heat. Anyway, this was once the entrance of the library of the Emperor Hadrian. Actually, this place was never a library. It was a 5-star luxury university. It was the place to be if you wanted to be educated in style. In here you could find swimming pools, rooms for classes, rooms for learning, gardens for philosophy, whatever. It was the most luxury campus of that time. Okay? And the entrance of it is here. As you see, it's a classic merge of
This is Hadrian's library, but it's actually like a posh university for rich, spoiled people. So it had classrooms, but also had like luxury pools and just places to chill out and hang out. So if you're a spoiled rich kid in Athens back during Roman times, after Hadrian kind of started fixing the city up, then that's the place to go study.
But if you were a painter, you needed to have, let's say,
So this is the ancient Greek Agora down here, but up there is like the rock of Mars, of Ares, and that's where Paul first spoke to Athenians about Christianity and talked to them, trying to convert the Athenians. Oh wow, this has to be like the most interesting restaurant in Athens. It's so crazy. It's Alice in Wonderland themed. Alright, so I'm going up to the Parthenon, the Acropolis, and I'm going to take a little shortcut to get there by using the metro, taking it a couple stops. So I gotta go Syntagma, catch the red line to the Acropolis, so I'm on my way. Alright, so I'm gonna try this one. Alright, so I'm buying a ticket from here because my car didn't work the first time as you saw, so. That took a minute. So it wouldn't let me tap my credit card, so I actually had to buy a ticket. So it's like €1.20, but I have to go to Syntagma and switch. All right, so my train is now coming. I gotta take it one stop, get off, and then switch lines. So we're on the train now. I gotta change trains now. Go Hellenico. Stop at the Acropolis. Okay, I am at the Acropolis metro station. Alright, car, I see some exhibits here from ancient Greek times. Old wine jugs, those are nice. I'm already running a bit late, so I think we come in through here. Alright, Acropolis e-ticket. All right, so I'm making my way to the top of the Acropolis. And yeah, it's a bit of a hike. Oh no, it's kind of confusing. Like, where do I walk? It's definitely an epic walk up here, you know, just seeing like all the olive trees and all the different types of trees, and you could see like the boulders and the columns just all the way up, you know. It's just crazy. And there's like aqueduct arches and just, it's crazy. They built up this place for centuries and centuries, you know. Yeah, just great view though, you know. You get up to places like this, And it makes all those problems worth it. But this place is great, you know. I mean, they have, especially around here, they have so much stuff. They don't even know, you know, for a country this small, just the amount of like built things from the past is just crazy. Like if we had like a fraction of what they built, you know, like back home, it would be a national heritage site, you know. Couldn't even do anything with it. Super protected. And here people were just walking all over it. These views, just the views of the city from up here. I'm looking at incredible. I just cannot take enough of them in. You're gonna enjoy these videos. Now this view of the city is just outstanding. Oh my lord. Yeah, but I could see the rock where was it Saint Paul, right? Yeah, Saint Paul. Wow, so amazing here. Statue of Athena Promachus. Right, here we are at the Parthenon. Alright, wow, just incredible views of the city, but I probably can only stay here for another 5 or 10 minutes because I have limited water and I'm like dying of thirst. Alright. Another site here. I think there were like statues of Athena around this site. And you actually look up and see exactly what this place is. But yeah, the other hill, the scenic hill of Athens. Another hill there. And Parthenon again. Alright, my clock is ticking a bit. Alright, so here we're on the east end of the Parthenon. The building's pretty big. It's like the size of a football field probably. If not bigger. But look at how tall it is. There's towers over the city too. Yeah, let's check that out. Alright, so here's some info on the Parthenon if you're interested. And you could also scan it down there. So if you want, there's a code down there to get more info. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like this is the site where they're like reconstructing things. It's like a little factory type of deal. Alright, so I'm on top of the Acropolis here with the city of Athens facing the south towards the Aegean Sea way off in the distance. You can see the blue way on the horizon there. The city just sprawls outward. A large percentage of the Greek population lives in the city. And the Acropolis gives you the perfect opportunity to take a view of this whole city. Good panorama from all sides. Alright, so you got a view of the city here. Oh no. Alright, so here is a view of the city of Athens here. And you can see the Aegean way off on the horizon there. But yeah, the city just sprawls out and a huge percentage of the Greek population lives here. But the Acropolis was a strategic point because, I mean, there's 7 hills, but this one actually had like access to water. So they were able to fortify it, store food, and if they were attacked, gather all the people up here and outlast a siege a lot easier than the other hills. So, and this is a hill that the general population could retreat to in case they attacked because there was access to a freshwater well on top of this mountain here, or this top of this hill, I guess, overlooking the city. So the population of Athens could retreat here if the city was ever attacked. That's why it's such an important place. Yeah, but this is basically the entrance to the top part here, like the Mesa, basically. The gateway is what you'd see when you entered. Right now I'm exiting the Acropolis, and this is the exit view. I guess technically the view before would be an exit view, but the structure is what you'd see when you walked up and walked into it. I guess I cannot speak correctly sometimes, especially with heat exhaustion. All this marble would be horrible to walk along if it was wet, for sure. All right, this is where St. Paul spoke to the Athenians here. You can see it written in Greek there. Luckily I can't, well, unluckily, I mean, I can't speak Greek. But I'm gonna go up there this evening. It's kind of hot right now. Wait till it cools down a bit, but yeah, still have a great view right there. All right, to end my trip here in Athens and basically in Europe, we're gonna go see the sunset here in Athens. So it's basically the sunset of my journey in Europe.
Even if you give the money.
Look at that, there's a bear panhandling. Even the bears are begging here in Greece. What's your take, ladies? Man or polar bear begging for change? Or better. Those fruits look really nice though. This is real history right here. The Gatto. So pretty. We're at the library, Hadrian's library right here. So for my last bit of time here in Athens, I'm going to spend it where St. Paul spoke to the Athenians, here on the Hill of Mars. All right, we can see the sun setting here in Athens. And you can see the city here, you know. So beautiful. It's the end of my journey here in Europe. Tomorrow I'll be leaving. And here's the beautiful Parthenon and the Acropolis, which sits below it. The Parthenon sits on top of the Acropolis. Alright, so here is the Acropolis. You can't really see the Parthenon actually. You can see like the entrance to it there. We're facing it. This is the west side of it. And here's like the forest here. And there's the city beyond. And this is it. It's the end of my journey. Alright. The sun is finally setting. We're losing our light here, but this is the city of Athens. Modern city, massive. Poor turtle has a hole in its shell. Alright, well, this is it. I'm headed back to my hostel, calling it a night. This is pretty much the end of my European journeys. Tomorrow I am flying out. I hope you enjoyed my video of Athens, Greece today. We got to explore a lot of different sites. I wish I could have spent more time up on top of the Acropolis, but it was blazing hot. But there are other things here that you could see, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you got to this point of the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And following this, you're gonna see like a video of the changing of the guard, because it was really long and I didn't want to put that at the beginning of the video. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, then you get an extra 4 minutes of that sort of footage, you know. Well, take care. I will see you in America mañana. All right, so we're here at the changing of the guard ceremony in front of Syntagma Square, in front of the Parliament building.
água também. Né? Faz porra nenhuma isso aqui. Tem um dia inteiro isso aí, mas olha, olha. Da Coreia tava um calor igual esse daqui, mano. O pessoal tá lá roupa, aquelas roupas de 3 camadas. Mas pensa no calor.
Hey, bros! Come on!